When your customers don't pay their bills on time, you can assess finance charges, which is a percentage of their outstanding balance. Before you can assess finance charges, you need to set them up in QuickBooks first. Select Edit from the top menu and choose Preferences. Change to the Finance Charge section on the left-hand side, and then Company Preferences. The first thing you need to decide is what the annual interest rate is going to be. That's the percentage of their outstanding balance. You also need to decide if there's going to be a minimum figure that's the minimum amount before QuickBooks will start assessing charges. You can decide whether there's a grace period, and you need to tell QuickBooks where to track this income. I'll create a new account by scrolling up and clicking Add New. I'll give it a number following my numbering scheme, and I'll call it Finance Charges. I'll click Save and Close, and now that's been created. I can also decide whether I want to assess finance charges on existing finance charges that are overdue. And then I need to decide if I'm calculating these charges based on the due date of the invoice or when the invoice was created. Finally, I'm going to select Mark Finance Charge Invoices to be printed. This way, when they're created, it will show up on my reminders list and I'll know I need to print them out. Click the blue OK button. And now I can see I have a new section here called Finance Charges. I'll click on the icon, and here I can see all my customers that have overdue balances and what those finance charges are going to be. If I don't want to send a finance charge to any particular customer, I can uncheck them in the view. When I'm done, I'll click the blue Assess Charges button all the way on the right. The invoices are created, and because we flagged them to be marked as printed, I can click Reminders from the top right-hand side of the screen, choose Invoices, Credit Memos to print, and here's where I can see my finance charges. In fact, I can double-click on them and it's going to bring them up. If I take a look around, you'll see it's labeled as a finance charge, the description, the amount, and even the invoice that it's based on and the invoice due date. This is a normal invoice. I can print it out or email it. As you can see, it doesn't take very long to set up finance charges, and it's an easy way to track them and send them to your customers.